We're going to do Decima Gold CM now. This is the Convergence. The new Convergence CMs came out recently, and this is my my second attempt at this. We got silver earlier, so we're picking up all the banners and we're getting our food on. I've got my standard hill chrono build on. At least that's what the template's called. It is basically just hill chrono with water runes on it. Rifle, dagger, shield, I think. Yeah, rifle, dagger, shield on that set. So we do the pre-event here. We kill all the things because they want to try and kill the pack animals. We kill the bombers especially because obviously they're going to try and put bombs on the pack animals. And honestly, as a healer, I just kind of run around and try and give people boons and healing. You can see I have thick health bars on up here for my party, but they're just going to be all over the place at this point, so just kind of try and help out as much as you can. Because we are doing Decima CM and I wasn't really sure how the Convergence worked, I have done the raid quite a few times, and I have several of the CM coffers from raids, but I've not done the Convergence. I think I did one normal mode at one point. But anyway, we do that pre-event and then we all run off and we go on a little trip around the mountain. The reason for this is that when you open the doors, I hesitate to call them doors, but these rock door things, you can see on the floor there are the essences. So they appear under all the doors, and we all just run around and collect as many as possible, because if you want gold, you want as many essences as possible before you start. You can use the chain steel on your warclaw to help with the pulling here. It is quite important to try and pick up as many of these as you can. You should end up with probably 32 to 35 if you get most of them, which is a good number if the entire squad has them all. We are not quite a full squad at this point. We are 45 out of 50 as someone didn't quite manage to make it into the instance, but that's fine. We will be able to do this. Obviously I I have foresight into this because I'm narrating after the fact, but yeah, we did actually manage to get gold on this run for you, so that's good. We bring them all back and then we wait for the bears to stop talking so that we can start the well, what I would probably call the actual pre-event for the Convergence, where we all go and protect some of these thumper thingies. So we've all been assigned them to start with. You talk to the thing next to the tent and you get these chains with a little sledge. You don't want to go too far away from it, which is why you can see I'm not running at full speed. I was assigned to the one in the cave in here, so we are going that way. You can go either way here. The people that went left at that junction will turn up where we are in a minute, but that's fine. I prefer this one. Some other people are going right there, so I helped them with their door to try and speed that up a little bit because it was taking a little while. There we go, and then we take our sledges to the thumper and it creates them. There are going to be some ads that we want to kill, these ones here. Again, as a healer, you're just kind of going to run around, try and give people boons and collect all the essences. If and when you get to 50 stacks, you want to go back to the camp and drop them off in the big white circle. You, as a healer, honestly, your main job is to pick up the essences. You can run through this white circle here, it will not strip your essences. Hopefully you've got the mastery where you can pick up 50, otherwise it's 25, and you will have to go back to the camp with that. If it ever says the little pop-up thingy that says you have too many, just go back to the camp, come back again. The DPS people and the boon people will kill everything. If you are a DPS and a boon, you still should take your essences back, because the quicker we get through this event, which is essentially to collect us all the essences, the faster we will get to the main fight, and therefore hopefully the faster that we finish. Now this is a full LFG convergence. There are ones out there that are more organised within groups, including groups from Voidland, which is where I do a lot of my end game PvE nowadays. It's a Harvest Temple, Phoebe and Win8 CMs server. So you see, I'm just running back. Having the essences means your water runs faster, so you can get there quicker. Mind these, they do shockwaves, but you can just kind of run through them. And then you just go back to your place and you do that again. If you're in the closer ones, you can probably do, I don't know, 3 runs. If you're just collecting the essences, I think I do 2 or 3 here. I'm not entirely certain, I can't really remember. And then you just kind of keep throwing your boons down, try and give people some healing and some alacrity. Generally the heals in Convergences are alacrity providers, just to make it easier, because the meta is heal alac quick DPS. Whether or not that changes after the balance patch shortly, we will see, although most of the updated healers I believe will be heal alacs, so Tempest, Mirage, Spectre and Scourge, if I remember my balance patch correctly. But yeah, so you help these people. There's going to be a big boss guy here. I would tend to stay and help for this, even if I had 50 essences, because he is slightly more tanky than everything else, and people may be standing in these AoEs and therefore taking a lot more damage than they would normally. Obviously I'm still running around, like, just collecting as many essences as possible. I'm trying to keep people alive, but there's not that much damage pressure, and because I am a full heal chrono, I can kind of just help everybody a little bit from range. It's fine. I think I'm quite near to... yeah, look at my little green bar. When the green bar is full, you have a full set of essences, and you can go and take them back again. So he died, and then I went off to get them. We jump over the shockwave, look, and take them back in. And that's kind of what we do for this pre-event at the start. You can see on the mini-map there's all these people moving around to go and take their own essences back to camp. As long as... oh, okay, so this one's fully attuned now. And we just pick them all up as much as possible. When it fully attunes, it does throw a load out. They do disappear fairly quickly, so just kind of... if you're there... luckily I came back in time. Then pick them up as much as possible, and then look, now I suddenly have a whole load more again, and I can go back to the boss. At this point we are quite close to getting all the essences, so it is probably a good idea for the DPSs to hold on to some of those, because that way they do more damage. As you can see, we now have lured Decima out. I as a heal don't really get anything from the essences. It is nice to still have them because you can deposit them and res people, but they're not a major thing, whereas the DPSs will get more DPS from them. I have no DPS stats on my gear whatsoever. So she does work like the raid boss to a certain extent. She has arrows, you can see an orange one here. You don't want to point those at the conduits that are around us. You don't want to walk in the lightning lines. This move here that she just did will pull you in, and the jump and smash, don't be under her, and give people stability 4. The red arrow will down people, as you can see. And it's really important to take that away and to hide yourself behind the conduit. Do not point it at the stack, otherwise you'll down half the stack, and then it will make it way harder to complete this in gold. Again, as a healer, you just you can rotate the greens, which is really helpful. You can also get on your warclaw still whilst you're in the fight. So if you get the red, you can get on your warclaw and you can take it away. If you need some more essences, you can top yourself up with them, obviously. The orange one, you can point at the group if you need to. Just make sure you don't have a conduit behind you, as you get more or bigger greens if you do that. Do make sure to press F if anyone ever goes down, because that way you get them back up super quick and they can do more damage again. These attacks, the pizza-like ones, they don't really do much damage. Just keep spamming your buttons. If you're a healer, then if you're a DPS, you've probably gotten healed. If you do go in as a quick DPS or a healer, do make sure that you are doing the correct boon. I have had a couple of instances where my entire subgroup didn't have a boon, and that was just sheer pain. In this case, the boon was quickness, which I think is probably the worst one to not have. Okay, so we phased her, and now we're going to get on our warclaws, and we're going to go and do some sniffing and collecting of, it's called stench. But if you're not sure where to go, literally just follow the rest of the people. Press your sniff button, or if you can see the stench there, then just follow the people and collect the stench. If we collect enough of the stench, then we will force her out. So you get a special action key at that point. It doesn't matter if you're in front or behind. You can see here that I'm somewhere in the middle of the mountain, but I can press the button and teleport straight to her. Mind these circles, they do hurt. And get everybody up, because invariably most people won't have managed to not die there. A lot of people will die. By die I do mean down, obviously, not actual full dead. Hopefully no one fully dies. You need all the DPS you can get. You can, as a heal, kite the red, but often there will just be a random person stood somewhere 5 miles away, and you know, that's fine. Unfortunately, we were having a bit of trouble with the red arrow being on the stack, as you can see. If you down people, they also lose their essences, which lowers their damage, so that's bad. Yeah, very bad, but it's okay. There is a little bit of leeway as long as you have some really good DPS people. By really good, I don't mean like benchmark. I just mean that they have an idea of their rotation. Because a lot of this, you can see, is just standing there and pressing buttons. Yeah, I don't have my DPS meter up because I don't run it in open world or runs like this. Like, it's not overly useful to see that you've got the top 10 people on your Arc DPS meter. Doesn't me tell you anything. If that green hadn't been in the red, I probably would have gone and got it, but it is. So I didn't. Instead I just healed the people that went over. You can see I've got an orange arrow here, so I'm making sure that I'm not pointing it at anything so that they don't get charged. You see the one in the top left? That is charged twice, I believe. So it will do a bigger green when it gets charged, and it will require more people to stand in. Yeah, that's charged twice. These swirly winds, unlike the raid, don't really do much damage. So you can just kind of ignore them. We are picking up all of the essences here so that we get more damage and can kill her quicker. And then we go and we collect all of the stench again. The faster we collect the stench, the faster we get Decima back and we can kill her. You can use, I get a bit stuck here, you can use the geyser thing over there to get back up. That is probably more sensible than trying to get up the rocks, but you know. Careful with these orange circles. Again, it doesn't really do you much damage, but it will hurt everybody else around you. And then we're now at 50%, just below. So we're just going to keep doing this. There are these swirly winds, but unless you're out, you're not really going to notice them. And yes, we do now have 5 arrows, so more people have to make sure that they're not pointing at things. I like to use precog as much as possible because it gives people Aegis and therefore they are less likely to die. You can't Aegis the red arrow though, so be aware of that. And as you can see from that person that just had the red arrow, you can get on your Warclaw and not get behind a conduit and survive, just it kills your Warclaw. Which is kind of sad. I don't like killing my Warclaw. I'm just topping up my essences here. I guess I was like, well, every little bit of damage helps, right? Give some more stability. I went to res a person and I was like, oh, I should not charge that hugely. And then we tried to get them up. Oh, and someone else put their arrow on it, which makes it massive, as you can see. Now this is not a major issue because it's behind the stack, and therefore the big green that comes out of it, most of the people here will actually just end up standing in it anyway. There are quite a few double charged ones now, but that's okay. We don't mind. Just make sure you are not under the boss to that slam. It will be very painful and will probably down you. Oh, careful with the red there, but it's okay because she phased. So we're going to get on our Warclaws. A little bit slower getting on my Warclaw there. And then we go off through the mountain to find where Decima has gone. We are very close to the end of this, don't worry. We're gonna use our special action key. When it says the Titan has been drawn to the surface, I tend to just stop because there's no point keeping running. Make sure you're not in more than one of those and you're not under her when she does the jumpy thing. Get our friends up. And then this is now just a DPS golem, really. You will still get arrows, so don't point the red arrows at people still. But otherwise, it's just press as many buttons as you can to kill her. Because you're now against the timer. I guess no more than the rest of the fight, but hey. There's a red on the stack. Now, if there is a red on the stack, just move. You don't need to stand in it. Just because someone's decided to point it there, you can move to the left or right. I like practicing personal responsibility as well as everything else. So, whether I have a red or not, I just don't stand on it. Here is me walking backwards to try and get the red, but yep, someone else got it. I mean, they didn't kill the stack, so perfectly fine. I was just aware we were quite close to the timer at that point. Make sure we get these greens and done. She's all dead. We killed it in 18 minutes 44. I'm not quite sure why it didn't update there. It was actually, as you will see, in a minute, I do get the chest for the gold. Look, so I haven't done it before, and I'm just opening all the chests. You get so much rift essence, it's really nice. And this chest tells me that we got the gold, so we got the gold. I got the silver previously and got the relic. So yeah, enjoy your convergences, everyone, and go get gold. Have fun.